let's see the physical region, the Himalayas, in detail. The name Himalaya is derived from the Sanskrit word Him and Alaya. Him, that is snow. Alaya, that is home or abode. The Himalaya means the abode of snow or the home of snow. Name the highest mountain ranges in the world. The Himalayas. In the previous lesson, we have studied that the Himalayas are the highest mountain ranges in the world. These ranges extend from west to east. These ranges extend up to 3,200 kilometers from Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. Once again, these ranges extend from Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east about 3,200 kilometers. How many kilometers? 3,200 kilometers from west to east. And the Himalayas are further divided into 3 parallel ranges. Here the parallel ranges means the one behind the other. The Himalayas are further divided into 3 parallel ranges or rows. Let's see what are they. They are the Greater Himalaya, the Lesser Himalaya and the Shivalik range. Once again, the 3 ranges of the Himalayas are the Greater Himalayas, the Lesser Himalayas and the Shivalik. The Greater Himalayas. The northernmost mountain range of the Himalayas is the Greater Himalayas. The Greater Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world because the Greater Himalayas lies to the northernmost part of the Himalayas. That's why it is the highest mountain range in the world. The Greater Himalayas have several peaks in it. There are several peaks in the Greater Himalayas which are above 8,000 meter high. Name the highest mountain peak in the world. The Mount Everest. We learned in the previous lesson the Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world with 8,848 meter height and it is situated in Nepal. What is the meaning of the word peak? Peak means that is the topmost part of the mountain. Peak is the topmost part of a mountain. We can see some more peaks in this region, the Himalayas. Other important peaks are K2 or Godwin Austen, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, Annapurna and Nanda Devi. Once again, the other important peaks are K2, Godwin Austen, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, Annapurna and Nanda Devi. These peaks are snow covered throughout the year. The peaks that is we can see in this region are throughout the year covered by snow. Next, the Lesser Himalayas. The Lesser Himalayas lies to the south of the Greater Himalayas. The Lesser Himalayas lies to the south of the Greater Himalayas. Where? The Lesser Himalayas lies to the south of the Greater Himalayas. Then it is also called Himachal. The Lesser Himalayas are also called the Himachal. The Lesser Himalayas is not as high as the Greater Himalayas. The height of the mountains that is in Lesser Himalayas are not as high as the Greater Himalayas. The slopes of the mountains are covered with thick forest. The sides of the mountains. The sides of the mountains are covered by thick forest. Yet we completed the greater Himalayas and the lesser Himalayas. Let us see the Shivalik. Now we are going to learn about the Shivalik. The Shivalik mountain ranges lie to the south of the lesser Himalayas. The Shivalik mountain ranges lie to the south of the lesser Himalayas, where it lie to the south of the lesser Himalayas, and it is the southernmost mountain range in the Himalayas. So, which is the southernmost mountain range of the Himalayas? The Shivalik range. The Shivalik range has very heavy rainfall. The slopes are covered with thick forest. The slopes, which means the sides of the Shivalik mountain ranges, are covered by thick forest. Many animals are found in this region. Many animals are found in the Shivalik range. The Jim Corbett National Park is the famous national park in India, is situated in the Shivalik mountain range. That is the oldest national park in India. Which one is the oldest national park in India? The Jim National Corbett Park is the oldest national park in India. Which one? The Jim Corbett National Park, and it is situated in the Shivalik mountain range. Now let us compare the three parallel mountain ranges of the Himalayas. Which are the three parallel ranges? The Greater Himalayas, the Lesser Himalayas, and the Shivalik range. Now let us see the difference between each mountain ranges. First, the location. The location of the Greater Himalayas is in the extreme north. Then, the next one is the Lesser Himalayas. The location of the Lesser Himalaya is towards the south of the Greater Himalayas. And what about the Shivalik range? It lies towards the south of the Lesser Himalayas. Next, height. The Greater Himalayas have the highest mountain ranges in the world. The next one is the Lesser Himalayas. The Lesser Himalayas have high mountains, but compared to Greater Himalayas, they are lower than the Greater Himalayas. And the Shivalik range has lower than the other two, that is the Greater Himalayas and the Lesser Himalayas. Next, what about the mountains? The mountains in the Greater Himalayas are covered by snow throughout the year. The next is the Lesser Himalayas. The slopes of these mountain ranges are covered with forest. And what about the Shivalik? The mountain ranges are covered with forest, and we can see many wild animals in this region. Let us see the uses of the Himalayas. It forms a natural barrier or wall in the northern border of India, which means the Himalayas protect us from the entering of strangers or foreigners from the other countries. It also protects our country from chill or cold wind that comes from the north in the winter season. It blocks the chill or cold wind that comes from the northern countries. Then the rivers like Ganga and Brahmaputra rise from the Himalayas. Rivers like Ganga and Brahmaputra are called perennial rivers. What do you mean by perennial? Perennial means permanent or constant. The rivers like Ganga and Brahmaputra are called perennial rivers because in the summer the snow melts and the water flow through these rivers. Throughout the year these rivers are having water. It won't get dry. That's why such kind of rivers are called perennial rivers. The Ganga and the Brahmaputra are having water throughout the year. Such rivers are called perennial rivers. This region is home to many wild animals. Timber is an important forest produce which is used for making furniture and buildings. There are many hill stations in the Himalayas which are important tourist destinations or tourist spots. Why the Himalayas are important as a tourist destination? Because of the pleasant climate, the Himalayas are attracted by the tourists. Hope the physical features of India is clear. You have to learn the location and boundaries, the physical regions and the Himalayas. Read the textbook several times to understand it better. Thank you. See you in the next class.